Supposed to be going that way. Native.
Or Rick said he's might be a little wet,
Oh, yep.
because he had a funeral.
It was it.
Oh, we were okay.
Right on. You want to stand it? You ready, Georgia?
All right, August the 20th, 6 p.m. I want to call the Battleground Conservancy District meeting to order. Any changes to the agenda? We're gonna go ahead and do the minutes, Georgia. From the last one.
Yes, please.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll motion to approve the minutes.
Now, which one are you looking at?
not even approve these.
Because we didn't do last month.
Yeah. But it's all right.
I don't think I made copies of the other one.
Yeah, we don't.
No,
I only made July.
I don't have July.
The one in question is June, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we had a quorum of everybody who had been, we had a quorum, but for the meeting, but not for everyone who had been here for the
I think
previous. That's why we didn't vote on
Is
it.
that the one Georgia wasn't here?
Yes,
Yeah, because
If you want me to print those, you can.
No, I think we reviewed them. I think we just didn't have enough people to vote.
Right.
To approve.
they were correct.
yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the June and July minutes.
I'll second. June 18th, June 25th, and July 16th minutes. We have a motion by Dave, second by.
If anybody wants
Joe.
to.
I'm gonna make you struggle, Ron. Sorry. That's all right. It's been a
If
long.
anybody wants to refresh their memory, I do have the new minutes. They were correct. We just didn't have enough people.
Somebody
I think
abstained
Rick
from
had been-
voting because
Because
they
they weren't here. And we just didn't have 4 of us. I think Rick was here, but he wasn't at the meeting.
I wasn't at the meetings.
And that's why it didn't get.
All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Okay, minutes are done.
And we did miss you last month, Georgia. It runs a lot smoother when you're here.
We struggled through it. We got it.
We got it, but it does run smoother when you're here.
Chairman comments. At this time, I don't have any. So Joe, customer service report. Let me get to there. Alright. There we go. Alright. There were 10 customer service reports for the month of July 2025.
4 were water quality related, 3 in the south of County Road 600 North District. 1 in the historic district. There were 4 billings / usage related reports, all in the north of County Road 600 North District. There is 1 query about whether the water was on or not in the historic district. And there's 1 wondering if they had a leak in the north of County Road 600 North District. As of August 19th, there were 4 reports that are possibly still open. And that's it. Any questions?
That, those 3 on the south of 600,
North of 600 or south?
they were south.
Were they
remember?
south?
It's
Oh,
where
did I put that wrong?
people were having trouble,
Let me.
and we never could trace it to.
The 3 water
Oh,
quality.
Cherry, yeah.
Oh, they're on Walter.
Yeah, that's south,
That's,
but we
yeah,
were
yeah.
having trouble on why it was happening, we couldn't,
We couldn't find
Yeah.
it, but they were satisfied and,
we didn't.
Yeah, 3
flush.
south of,
Yeah,
4 south of County Road 600.
yeah, they were going to, if they catch it, and call us right away.
right when it happened, yeah.
Yep,
We didn't
yeah,
know it was related to something going on up at Northgate or what, we couldn't track it to.
yeah, they're all kind of just like, one kind of just resolved. I guess the one in historic district on Sheriff's, I think is the one that they just ran their water along the. Yep.
We have any other questions for Joe? Paying superintendent report.
We have the usual, but I'm just going to hit the highlight is we always have a few meters that we have to change out when we do meter reads. Because they're getting some age on, especially the historical town and in the first subdivisions. We got the wall up. It's done if anybody wants to see it. It's painted. The heat and air's in. And
Does that work better than fan?
it's been a blessing. And not sweat.
Yeah, it's but the last few weeks in.
It was kind of rough. I know, on the last minutes, I said I was waiting for the contractor. I got it, but I don't think he quite understood that the guy that was making out the quote, because it's not been done right, so he's gonna have to do it again. The the trimethanes that I said we took, they all passed. We did radionuclides this month. And there was no detections. We've done PFAS for the 2nd time this year. Awaiting results. That'll take a little bit before we get results. And if those are the same as the first set with no detections, that'll be all the more we have to do with that.
And how many years is that cycle through?
Our
How many years is that cycle through that we have to do that again?
PFAS we won't have to do it again. That'll take care of that.
Ever? You have to.
Well, not unless they change the rules.
Oh, okay.
Not unless they change the
All
past to what they
subject
were.
to change.
You ain't never say never.
So,
But right now, the way the rules are, we won't have to do it again. So that satisfied that. That becomes a costly deal, trying to. The only way to get it out is through aeration and filtration and. That's a big costly. Deal. We're working on meters. Flushing systems. So anybody got questions?
it's really just, so with regard to PFAS, do you know if Lafayette has tested positive for PFAS at all? Interesting. I mean, I was just curious, just because I know they had, since they have more wells falling from the same reservoir.
They do, plus they're under somewhat under the influence of the river. Remember, they had to put a well in along, Canal Road. Right, because of the plant, but they had leakage across the way and was getting into the system.
Okay. Because I would expect West Lafayette, since they, American Indiana pulls from the river a lot, or at least more surface water than us in Lafayette, so, okay. I was curious.
I don't know how many, did you send the attaboy to everybody that, for the. We had a person that talked about 3 trees that were dead on their property line, about 4 houses. We got in there and cleaned it out and took down 7 dead trees.
Up on the hill.
And they came back.
Over by Tower.
They'll be in next month's
Yeah.
customer service report.
No,
Let's go through.
It was just an email.
Oh, okay. So if they say they mentioned the Conservancy, it's like, oh wait, that's in August, so take that in.
But it's down and they wrote a nice little letter to.
Appreciating that they were taking care. Well, that's good. Ron, did you kind of do?
I did not.
Oh,
I missed that one.
He did, that's it. It's gone working.
All right, any other questions for Dan? Financial clerk, Georgia.
You have the registers, the escrow transfer for July was $93,566.99. And the second claims is your operating expenses from the last meeting to today, but I actually haven't written any checks since Friday or so. And the amount is $151,773.52.
Was the SCADA transducer just a replacement of a broken one, or just kind of general maintenance?
Oh, no, we had a circuit card go bad.
Okay.
And we had a transducer go bad.
that was over the 4th, wasn't it?
Hmm?
When that over the 4th?
Yeah, we had one at the north end and one on the south end.
The mower repairs, was that maintenance or did we have something go bad with that?
Combination, I think that's more than just,
More than just mower repair parts?
yeah,
Just what made it on the.
it's the last, you remember, that's usually just the last
Last
item,
thing.
first
Right.
item
Yep, yep.
of everything.
Does it go in a vehicle? I see a vehicle.
It goes on the vehicle.
Okay, cause that's on miscellaneous as well, I wasn't sure if we had.
Yeah, it's vehicle repairs, whether it's the mower, the trucks. Anything on any line.
Could I get a motion to pay the register?
I make a motion to approve the registered claims and the escrow for July.
I'll second.
Motion by Joe, second by Carol. All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And I would request that the board move to dismiss 2 account collection, AR invoices that we've held for a couple years. They were for fines for things that were done to the system that we determined not to collect on, and just to clear these invoices off of your records. I would like a motion to dismiss them One is invoice number 44 for a tampering fine in the amount of $500. The other one is invoice 45, which was excavation and repair parts and sidewalk reconstruction for an accident that someone had, that on Warrior Drive, I forget where that was.
Yeah, Warrior Drive, that
Right.
was,
And the amount,
bury it subs.
yeah, the amount is $5,741.05.
We're talking about just forgiving those?
Yeah, those are, now you gotta remember, those,
What,
She
when
did-
were they done? Wait,
well, what she didn't tell you was, that's from 21,
They're both from 21.
they're both from 21.
There's no way that we're gonna claim,
No,
be able,
you're not gonna be able to go to small claims with something from 21. See, now it's 25. That's
Why,
4 years.
why?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
are we waiting?
I mean, why didn't we, if one's $5,000 some dollars, we shouldn't we have had our attorney at least? I mean, are people still living there that did these?
No.
things? So they're gone.
Well, the 5,000 would have been a contractor.
So, I would say,
Contractor. Except for burial.
But that's not necessarily. Like on the fine, that was something we were fining the individual.
Correct.
Yeah.
That wasn't money we were out. On the
Right,
contract,
right.
was that we had to just repair what they did.
Yeah.
So we were billing them for what.
Yep.
And
So we did $5,000 worth of work.
parts, material.
We have it set up in the system now that if we have something, it's getting billed, like, okay, like on the state park with the
Gets billed right away.
right away. That just didn't get set up to,
It's been set up since 21, it just wasn't acted upon.
it went, okay.
Do we not have an attorney that would go after something like that, that we can, you know, after a year or whatever it is, we don't get past our
Would have
time
to,
frame here, I mean.
would have to. Ireland,
I'm not sure why we didn't do that. And I don't know, I mean,
Wouldn't
I
fit.
can't remember 4 years back, but I can't remember why we wouldn't have pursued that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, I did, I don't remember 4 years back.
no, it's probably one of the things where they kept having communications and it just never got
Yeah,
resolved and then.
now 4 years ago, I told them, yeah.
But going forward,
Going forward, yes.
we need to be timely in that and just say, okay, we're gonna, like on the state park, we're gonna bill, and then if we don't get it within like, probably we need to say within, this needs to be collected within 30 days.
Who was the contractor? You know?
subcontractors, they were out of state.
Well,
They're thinking low voltage. Low voltage something,
But was that a written contract or would that be just property damage?
what,
Was that a written contract with the subcontractor? Cause there's a difference in the statute of limitations, small claims.
well, it would have been Comcast hiring.
Cause if it was a written contract between the city
Oh,
and
no.
the subcontractor.
It was,
It didn't
uh,
have a thing to do with
It
it.
was
Okay, so then it would just be a property damage claim, so statute of limitations on those for Indiana is 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's out anyways.
We should have a process going forward, though.
Yeah, so they.
But a written contract, statute of limitations is up to 10 years,
Yeah,
so
yes,
that's the difference.
right.
Doing guess.
We got two
Yeah.
yes.
We got to do.
Huh?
Okay, cool.
I moved to, waive the $500 and, $5,000 invoices.
Motion from Joe, second.
I'll say that.
So, Dave.
But we gotta figure this out, though, I agree, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
$5,000.
The $5,000.
I don't think we've had an issue since
No, we
we've
haven't.
corrected that, we've not, I don't think we've had anything, any kind of damage claim that we've not been able to recover,
We've been recovering them.
so.
So Woods Edge has been recovered since. And the state park's been recovered.
Yes.
So
And
we're starting down the right track of,
And we do
Right,
have a lawyer now.
so we should at least with this motion, we should also extend that motion to include that we come up with a process and a time frame of how we collect those. So I think that needs to be put on our plate to figure out some, I mean, it just needs to extend this vote to have the language in there that we are going to pursue this from another standpoint, and we'll come up with the language that, I mean, we can come up with.
We can come up with a separate motion after the
Yeah.
motion.
I tell you what,
It wouldn't be
I'm not-
anything to do with, this is either going.
That's gone.
Or not.
well, it is gonna be dismissed, but but it does have something to do with this, because as we go forward, we need to have a policy of some sort.
We're already collecting.
Is there?
But is there a policy?
Since then, we have a lawyer.
I get that, but we still do
Have some
not have
guidelines that
something
we
that
can
says,
follow.
some guidelines or something that says we are going, as a board, we
We're gonna
are
wait 4 years. before we go.
fiscally responsible to, yeah, we're not gonna wait 4 years to bring it up again, and I understand that we've collected them. But even, what if we didn't collect them? Well, we don't have a policy to go after Woods Edge or the state park. We need to have something in place.
We're subcontractor.
I get you.
So I think it'd be better to do that under new business, to propose a policy.
Agreed, yeah.
Okay,
Agreed.
Yeah.
fair
I
enough,
agree.
fair enough.
so I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, signify with aye. Opposed? Got anything else, Georgia?
The only other thing for me is the budget, and I think that's handled by the committee.
So I guess we're moving on to old business. Office policy.
That was done.
It keeps getting updated.
Are you content with it, Georgia? Or do we need to,
Well, like you said, we're still continuing to work on it.
okay,
The,
so we need to keep it on for next month?
yeah, our rate ordinance was, I should have mentioned that, we had the rate ordinance, the last step of the 3-year steps was enacted, and I need to have a rate review for the sewage utility because of the pending bond for the UMH line. At that time, I suggest that the 2 utilities go together and have one financial consultant look at the rate structure from the standpoint of each utility, but also from the standpoint of a consumer, looking at their one bill with both of them on there, and help identify how we might structure our rates to be complementary, but at least compatible in the way that they're presented to the public as each of them, the future years as the rate increases roll out. So if it's okay with you all, I would like to represent that to them, that they're doing a rate review for a 3-year ordinance, and 1 ordinance for the sewer and 1 ordinance for the Conservancy.
See what they want to charge. And they'll do both for the same
A
price.
couple years ago, right, and I'm sure it'll be a little higher than doing just 1, but it probably won't be twice
Yeah.
the cost. And the last figure that I had to go on was in 21, it was about $5,500. That's probably now, I don't know. But I would say it'll be in the neighborhood of $5,000, possibly less if we can work it that way.
And that would be a study to look at our, what our expenses are, and then what our current pricing is and how we would help meet
Yeah.
those needs.
What we went through last year with the financial consultant was they wanted a 5-year plan. They wanted to know the projects that you're anticipating. They wanted to see history of revenue, and they wanted to see current expenses. And we have had audit, so.
Yeah.
I'll have that audit, yeah.
Who does the audit? Is it state board of accounts?
You said the 5,000 was total for each utility.
I don't know.
Okay, okay.
I didn't say that to them without checking with you
Sure,
first,
sure.
if that was appropriate. So I don't have the number from them yet, but I probably will by next Thursday.
I think it's worth pursuing.
I think it is.
Mhm.
We need a
You want a motion?
motion or?
Yes, please, because that's gonna be spending some money that you wanna put in your budget.
I motion to have George present to the town to have a unified consultant for the rate review they're doing, but also for a background to consolidated rate review.
Motion from Joe, second,
I'll say you.
second from Rick. Any discussion? All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, where are we at?
New business. This would be time for Rick to propose his policy.
Hold on, I'm still writing.
Right.
I'm still, okay, I mean,
You want it in the office policy.
I think if we, yes, eventually it needs to get there, but I think we need to
Drafted.
draft it first. Let's draft a policy. Bring it in, and this isn't gonna happen overnight, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not. If you want, I mean, I can do some research on if there's some others out there. I mean, I don't need to reinvent the wheel. But I would gladly do the research and come back if you all are on board with that. And come back, if not next month, the month after, with some sort of guidelines, and then we can kind of tweak them from that point. And we don't have to vote on anything other than to decide if we are going to pursue that. I think
Well, I
that,
think this falls into the line of what, like say for your company, you go to collections after what, 90 days of non-payment?
that depends on the person.
Do you have a policy?
No,
Okay. So I mean,
yeah, it's right here.
right, and so I mean, our general policy is like 90 days of before of not.
Yes.
Non-payment is, I think, a
You-
good
you-
starting point, yeah.
Well, yes, I mean, I think that,
Easy.
Yeah, 60 to 90 is kind of the number that I've always.
I think that,
You're gonna have to go past 90 days, cause you're already floating 90 days on water.
Okay,
Cause if you put 90 days, then
Well,
it's gonna take everybody that's in arrears on paying their utility bill.
No, he's talking
no,
about. a
I'm not talking
particular
about
fine.
utility.
yeah, for
bills.
fines.
I'm
and
talking
invoices.
about fine. I'm talking about like a contractor busts something and he don't want to pay for it.
Like we issue a
I'm
fine.
not talking about,
You're gonna specify.
yeah,
Fines.
it has nothing to do.
The verbiage will be specific to
Yes,
those
it
situations.
has nothing to do with the person not
Yeah.
paying their bill.
Yeah, no.
I thought we already have that policy.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have that policy. This is an addition. This is a contractor or a private individual that just decides they didn't call 811 or whatever, and they just go out and dig and bust the water line.
Which we've had happen often.
Yes, then that falls on, you know, we could go after them, which they would go after their.
So the
I think it-
subcontractor, was that a fine or for, that was just us charging them for the work? The subcontractor.
That was our
That's
money.
the-
That was trying to get
but I
our
mean,
money
we were
back.
Charging, so that was like,
Then for supplies.
they did not, yeah, cause that was like a fine slash invoice.
No, there was no fine.
No, but the category is fines
Right.
and invoice non-payment.
Yes.
Fines are, but fines are in,
Or they're already in.
they're already classified.
They're in your burrito.
Yeah, I'm just talking about trying to recoup our money
He's talking about collection of
Yes.
these,
of
how that slips through.
Damage collection.
yeah, yeah,
Damage collection.
right.
Yeah, I think that's something, if you're willing to investigate that, come back. Even if you have something rough next month, then we can kind of dwell on it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that if we just get, at least we start out getting the skeleton of the thing, and then we can build from the skeleton and we can define.
Let me understand one thing before we move on, before we go to court on your deal. This was Comcast
Comcast,
and a
Hired.
sub.
Comcast hired Barry, Barry subbed it, the work out. And it's all over. Locate marks. And actually, they shouldn't even been over there because there's no easement to put utility.
Did we try to collect from Comcast?
No,
Why not?
tried to collect from Barry.
Why not? Did we not go to the,
You give me some contacts for Comcast, I'd be greatly happy to call them. Because over here ain't,
well, we're looking at the back end of the code on
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
But I still need some contacts for Comcast.
Well, we're gonna hire people, we surely ought to have contacts.
But
We
we
didn't-
We didn't hire.
Well, no, we didn't hire it. They damaged that, someone, a
It
third
wasn't
party
for us at all.
damaged our.
What about the locator?
Yeah,
What, did we not try to collect from the locator?
I think that's who we were trying to.
Who the hell?
from.
you're talking about me or whoever else was out there locating.
I thought,
Us.
I thought a locator service is hired to come in and do that.
Not hitting our water line.
Okay,
We mark our own water
all
line.
right.
But
We
they
do our-
still,
Well, now I understand better
Yeah.
what took place, but
They shouldn't.
So they were
have
putting
been-
fiber optic lines probably in for internet
but in the wrong spot.
and in the wrong spot.
But the problem we ran into is we somehow that fell through the cracks and we didn't follow up once we sent it. Of course, again, if they were out of state, the only thing you could have probably done at that point was an attorney within that 2-year window.
did we, did we send a certified letter to Comcast?
Because you can file in the state,
Did we send a certified
If you
letter to
did,
Comcast?
you still have to get an attorney in the other state.
Yeah.
To
So
file
we
it
didn't
in
even
the courthouse there to actually collect
Not
that.
with Comcast, no.
So time you did all that, you would have used a lot of your.
With $5,000.
It,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the 5,000 would have gone to attorney fees, but then again, you can also ask for recuperation of legal fees.
In your wording.
The process has to be followed where you make sure you have documentation. That you have followed the path, which one of them would be,
Lock up the contractor chain, yeah.
yeah, and. They all have insurance coverages that you
Yeah.
can get to,
Correct.
Yeah,
but you're never gonna get to them if you don't.
you don't try.
Right.
If you don't go through the process. If it was a sub, Comcast is on it. And if the sub doesn't have any coverage, Comcast is on it. So I just, we need to go through a process.
We have collected since then from others, so,
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
good.
Barry
It's just formalizing.
But
very-
we're talking about this specific situation to develop a pathway.
the same thing happened in Hawks Nest or Shawnee and,
We're not blaming anybody for anything.
No,
We're just trying to
you're-
figure it out.
what you're saying is Tipmont had hired Barry. And they ripped out a water service. We collected our money.
But I think here's the difference.
Tipmont
Tipmont.
paid it all.
Tipmont took care of it. And that was
Tipmont
that one
took
in
care
Hawks
of it.
Nest. But you were there in person when they were doing it. And you
That's
had
the biggest
people to
difference
deal with.
right
These
there.
other
Difference
people, when
right
they're
there.
out, your third one down the food chain and they're out of state, it's hard to.
Well, in that point, it's.
You
Tipmont
gotta go
took care
back
of
to
it
the-
because then they went after the other.
You have to
person.
go through a process.
Yeah, we needed to go back.
I didn't go through Tipmont, I went through Barry, but Barry had to pay. They got whole Tipmont and hired Ikes to do the work and
Yeah, they had, I
We
remember.
got-
Regardless, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we have a
It's a matter
process.
of-
just-
you have to develop.
You have, Rick, a formal. What do you call this thing? Motion.
Well, it's not an emotion.
It's not even a motion, I just wanted approval to go ahead.
Yeah, it's like it's going on the thing
Yeah,
for next
yeah.
month for Rick to come back with the
Okay.
process.
Don't even need
I
a-
thought we were in a formal motion process.
No.
Okay.
Not yet, he's not ready for one yet. He's gonna gather information. and-
No, just
Okay.
a fact finding thing.
But also maybe a policy outline of, okay, this happened, so the first thing we should do is we get a chain of command of who all is involved. Cause we
Yeah.
probably could have browbeat Comcast and.
Yeah, kind of started up to bury it, but not bury.
So Barry would have had a contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then whoever hired them, yeah,
Yeah, I'd say we're just more aware of it now.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
5,000 is pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
it is.
500, that's a good ticket, but not,
It's a painful lesson.
Well, the 500 really wasn't money out, it was just money we never could collect.
It was a fine week.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the
It's
person
still
who did
money,
the
but-
water pit, the water pit.
we had the effort, but
Yeah.
No, I
we
agree.
had the effort.
Yep.
All right.
All right, anything else for
I'm
new
done.
business?
And getting that does mean.
Anything else for new business?
Budget,
Budget? Tech Carol,
I can talk a while.
have at her.
Tim Schooler and Dave Fisher and Dan and I have met on this, Dan and I have met on this, and Bill and I have met on this. There's some big numbers on here. What we have done, and this is like a preliminary thing, so like you can say some, whatever you wanna do. This is like a rough draft. But tomorrow morning at 9 AM, she has to put this for Gateway for the state to look at. And in 2 weeks, we have to advertise, because next month, we would have an open public hearing. You can, once
Once we put it up on the portal.
you can always go down, but you can't increase the numbers. What we look, and believe me, this is not an easy process, it's not a pretty process either. What we've done is we've actually tried to look at stuff and looked at where the economy is and what things are doing. We went with a 3%, like last year, we didn't really do increases, I think just for the one.
Salary, become salary.
Salary.
Yeah, so we did a 3% increase on the financial clerk, it went up like $600.
Mhm,
Did not touch the billing clerk, but that one went up
mhm.
midway. The regular salaries, that is up. You've got Rob now, we did do 3% on Kevin, we did do 3% on Dan. You've got Rob gonna be going as of January 1 from 30 hours to 40 hours. That's part of the Indiana Alliance deal
Requirement.
Right.
requirement. And he went from 19 to 19.57 an hour. So that's in there.
Yep.
You've got, but he is full-time, and remember, when we stopped offering health insurance, we did $1,000 a month. Insurance stipend. So they could go out and get their own health care. So you've got that on 3 of them now, so that's in there too. One of the things, if you're looking at from last year to this year to next year. That health stipend did not get put into last year's 2025 budget. Being a big increase.
Sorry.
The reason you're seeing that part-time, what we'd like to do is if we can find a licensed. Kevin and Dan are kind of up here on the edge of their careers, the end of their, So if we could find, and it takes 2 years to get somebody to go through the Alliance program to get trained. And if we could, as he likes to use the termination snag, if we could get someone who's licensed already. That could come in and replace the people that will, will be going out. That's why we put that in there. Do we have anybody in mind? No, but we did put in some money to get.
If we do find someone, we
If
have the
we
money.
did, that has the license, because see, then whoever would be going part-time or stepping back, you wouldn't have the health thing, you wouldn't have the perf, you wouldn't have those benefits if they went part-time. So that's why you're looking from 5,000 to 37,000. We are trying to just be prepared, because it will take a while to find someone that's licensed and to be honest with you, if you could find someone that's maybe in their 40s. That would be here for 40 years. I mean, that would be like magic.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen, but that would be. So we're just, it's. please
The other
direct-
thing, you'll notice a small increase for the director's money, and that was because, committee meeting money's never been budgeted on.
Yes, and we were down a director all last year,
Yeah.
so that made a difference on that,
Yeah.
but now we're not.
Yeah.
Overtime I don't know that we necessarily use that, but in case we need it,
It's there.
yeah, if we.
Gonna
have
cover like
here,
when Ron like does overtime for us.
Something
That
if we
goes
have
towards
to.
that, yeah.
And just because we put something in here doesn't mean if you don't spend it, you lose it. That's not the way that budget works. It means that we've got it and we can allocate it to another area that maybe we didn't do as well. Your Medicare and retirement are all a function of the
Salary.
percentages of that, and so is your FICA. That disability insurance, that has the short-term and long-term disability and the term life.
Life insurance,
Yeah, that we've added over the course now that we had enough people to do that. So there's that. So that's a heck of a number, and I know it is. Back to the other stuff, we looked at what we'd expensed and where we were. Left the supplies and postage about the same. Chemicals is up because he's had a lot of mandated testing. And it costs.
I was gonna ask, is that enough of an increase based upon?
It was because those go on cycles of 2 and 3 years of what you.
Cause I'm thinking of
The
the,
testing is under services, so chemicals, that.
Oh, is that just the water
Yes,
chemicals?
product.
That's just water chemicals.
For increased value, okay.
But I think what we also did is, yes, it's increased, but we also added the chemical equipment for parts. As a subcategory.
cause
So
I'm,
that-
you know, just in terms of how tariffs have been fluctuating in terms of that.
I don't know, but, okay, so yes, we did add, we went from the 36,400 to the 40, but we also added 12,000, and let me tell you what that's for. Kevin's been doing a lot of preventative maintenance in those well houses and all the tubes and stuff, because as you use chlorine or bleach,
Anything.
it just, that stuff, and when they go, they go. So he's doing a lot of preventative maintenance and repairs, and we didn't really have a subcategory to show
That.
what that is. So now, and your part pumps and everything else. So that is more specialized, so we get, so yes, we have accounted for. That
So
may
that
have
might
come
be
out of
enough,
the chemical
yeah.
budget before, and now it's coming out of its own where, the
Yeah.
parts, so. Vehicle fuel, we do have 3 now, which is nice, because then on the weekends, like Rob will drive his own, but then he'll come in and use the truck to do the testings. And price of gases went up, so we're trying to be on that. Legal fees, and today Georgia was saying something, maybe even we look at, instead of calling it attorney, we just call it professional services. Like if you do have a financial consultant or something like that, you know what I'm saying, it would fall into that category. But right now,
Yeah.
we're not anticipating a lot of financial stuff because we're done with the district plan.
In 5 years.
Yeah, well, we just.
Yeah, so to your thing about professional services, do we
Mhm.
want to add and expand that? Or, change attorney legal to professional services, add some money for that, for the potential
Of the,
rate review?
I do think we probably ought to retitle it, but, let's see what they'll do for us, and then maybe we can take it out of another category.
Well, we're gonna have to decide tonight, really. 'Cause
Yeah.
We should have to decide tonight.
So I mean, if it's, we could change it from attorney legal to professional services. Increase it to 5,000 or 7,000.
Oh, you did it.
Just because we have a variety of professional services, that'd be insurance. Agents or any other thing that might, I mean, it's a bigger category than
It is.
attorney
We've
legal.
never thought about that before, because we've only had used the legal, but
Right.
it's been a while since we did a financial.
Cause I'm not sure also where with the, inventory software, where you stand in that.
Well, hold that thought, let's keep moving down and we'll come back up to that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
regulatory miscellaneous sandwiches, okay, here's the chemical testing. Publishing, the insurance it went up, but remember, we increased the value to cover the,
Yep.
to cover the
Increased our-
dollars.
Yeah.
That's got your liability, it's got your hazard, it's got,
It's everything.
it's
a lot.
everything, liability, yeah,
Work costs increased substantially because of.
it's based on
Salary
salary.
increases.
Salaries, yeah.
Yeah, and we're covering those.
Salary.
Vehicle repairs, just because they're a little older, and you got 3 of them working on, that's went up a little bit.
yeah.
Utilities, she's got everything in there now, so that's your,
Sewer, electrical. Stormwater, anything that we
Yeah.
can,
Internet.
internet,
it's all in there. But we have started collecting now from Kitmont, so that's, actually, we're making a little money on that too, it's not a loss.
Sure.
Distribution system repairs, computer maintenance, and I think that's based on the,
Placement of.
all the licenses and stuff that we need.
Maintenance agreements for the software.
Maintenance lane and,
Page one and computer.
and your principal and interest, and I know, Tim, you asked about this the other day, and yes, it does, we are going more to principal now and less to interest as we pay.
Those were those 20-year loans?
Yeah, I believe so. I
I
believe 20 or 25. I think
Yeah,
it was 20 though.
I think it was 20, yeah.
I think they were. Sales tax, that's, what we collect on, education. Sending people to conferences and getting their hours, because
Other certs.
the ones that are.
That got
online
bumped up
have to
because we-
continue.
There are certain ones that are required, and since now we've got,
Yeah.
I think our other guy going through classes.
We have someone actively.
Kenny
taking
or
classes.
Kevin or Dan, depending on who's fostering, has to go to those classes. Some of those classes. as well,
Kevin's
so-
mentoring. him.
Yeah.
Stan's doing Jansen for the town.
Yeah.
NSF check.
Yep.
Capital outlay, that's on projects, and the transfer to capital maintenance,
That was the thing we did.
that's like putting money in.
Yep, yeah, it was just, yep.
Now, the other thing that, Jordan and I talked about today, I don't know if she passed out, we can actually budget out of the 602 account. These are all, so one, we can budget out of that, it's like saying what it's gonna go to from the savings. And we can like say, okay, all lead and copper are gonna go out of that. And it kind of gives you a register just for that project,
6-2, yeah.
because that's gonna be a big for next year.
What I think the maintenance reserve fund is for is non-reoccurring large expenses so that your operating budget doesn't bounce
Yeah.
from year to year.
Yeah.
So that's why every year your operating budget feeds that capital maintenance fund a little bit. And you've got lots of money in there now to tap for lead and copper. If you don't get assistance from somewhere else, you can
Yep.
use that.
So the thing of it is, yes, do we have the income side versus that? No, we don't. We're gonna have to tip into our reserves to do these capital projects. One of the goals would be to really get out and try to find some grants or some federal help on all this lead and copper. I mean, it's a mandate that we have to do.
Yep.
I
And I
talked to- Yeah, I had a conversation with Tom Bertal yesterday, and we're gonna grab lunch and talk a little bit about that. I don't know what we've done, if we've gone to the state, if there's anything that we've exhausted. He asked me that, I said, I have no idea. If we've made any asks with the state or federal
What
level.
tends to happen is conservancies get left out of the bill, so they're not qualified for a lot of these.
We have to piggyback on a municipality.
So, and the town has been good on some things that they'll apply for things for us. It's just kind of frustrating that we have to rely on.
You have to ask.
We have gone through a formal grant process.
We did, Phil and I did followed up on that a couple years ago.
We spent a year on it. And
And
found
then-
out that
We didn't qualify.
we just were too wealthy.
Our demographics and our size.
We tried to isolate historic battleground
Mhm.
because that's where the infrastructure
That's where the,
needs to be.
that's where the lead and copper.
Worst,
Yeah,
but we couldn't isolate.
had to be the whole.
It was still, it
Yeah,
didn't
river
qualify.
district.
Had everything covered by the conservancy, so.
Since this is really a federal mandate, surely there's something wrong
We use Curbsy on that.
Curbsy.
up in Monon.
Yeah, up in Mon, Key Iroquois Regional Commission. Who is the grant accessor? We couldn't do any good. We
But
got-
that, I really believe that somehow we gotta find that out. And
Would
do that.
Greg Marks have any knowledge of anything like that? Is it one of the things he recommended? I
Was having
reached out
a
to
conversation
Greg.
with Greg.
I said, yeah, I can grab lunch with Greg or something like that, just to see what might be. out there.
2022 is when we did that.
Okay, so 2.5 years ago.
And we spent quite a bit of time on it too.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. We sent out letters because we were gonna have to do an income survey and we did all that and we had to hire someone to.
Yeah.
But we got
We're
our,
gonna go around, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And I was thinking, even if we met with our state reps and our state senator to shake the bushes statewide.
We could certainly do that as well. I just need to do a little bit more research and fact finding first before I go and approach them with that, because I want to make sure that I've got the right information and reason why we're getting cut out and that type of thing.
It's
So
because I
why
think
it's not
we're
covered.
just not thought of, like, it's the
Because there's so few.
townships don't.
Townships sometimes don't get qualified because it stops at the at the county level, so they don't go smaller. Or, you know, so some of the
Municipalities.
towns don't get put in some of those grants. Because they consider they're not big enough. It's just
Maybe we need them to find,
for,
create one for us.
Well, the
Land
last,
acquisition,
the
they
last,
consider the Conservancy a quasi. government.
But we are
Government
municipality.
We are a government unit.
yeah,
We are.
but
government.
I talked to them when the ARC money came out. And the town split, covered some things for us.
Oh, and that's the
Tomahawk, but they said we had to get it from the county and the county
What with the.
refused to do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
So, yeah, has to be the,
So,
above us somewhere.
you wanna go back to the
professional,
professional service at $7,000?
you could take it out of the
Yeah.
transfer to capital maintenance out of that 50,
Yeah. Just-
make that 45, and make that 7.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
What's 43?
Here's what she said. There you go.
We're calling it, gonna go, call it what?
They're taking it out.
Professional services.
Transfer.
Professional services.
Transfer to the
In 601-001-311. That 000.
capital maintenance.
W stash was professional services.
Transfer to cap,
45
5,000 of that,
the other
put it there.
7,000.
That way it keeps the budget number the same, but just kind of, we went out for some of those.
And that's fine.
And some of the capital outlay, his major projects that he was talking about today when we met, 85 new meters. Correct?
That's
New ones?
every year.
Mhm. The lead and copper, which is huge. And then install a valve and pipe. You know, we've had 2 leaks that have been very difficult and challenging up through 300 by that pond. Going up to, was it Muncie in Shawnee?
Yeah.
And if we can do, he's getting some quotes on if we can put new pipe and lay beside the new sewer pipe that went in there. That would be really helpful. That pipe, from what he can figure, is at least 50, if not 55 years old.
So do like an 8-inch main replacement, is that what that is?
I'd say at least.
It's all the same age as it's
Be
55. We're guessing 72 in that range.
How big is that pipe?
Ours is 8-inch.
8-inch? 8-inch.
Yeah,
That the quality of it wasn't.
well, the developer put it in, right? And that whole
Well,
section said.
No, town,
That's what.
Oh, the town did that? Okay.
But that-
town did it.
But it
Okay.
wasn't the, what we would quality would.
Dan and I actually found something very helpful.
And let me say, I've already talked to Chris to fix one of his problems, but they uncovered, due to the new lift station, they uncovered a water pipe that I didn't know was over there. That now makes sense is when they did Hawk's Nest and put the lift station, they relocated the water line, the sewer line. So they relocated the water line to put the lift station. Whoever relocated it, put the proper pipe in. It's nice and blue. When he first told me, I said, that's sewer line, because the blue pipes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's,
Fun.
they found it. And it does It did get altered and no, it doesn't show on any prints.
Now you know.
A loop?
Mhm.
A
It
loop?
don't show on print.
No, there's no prints on it. We never really got any water sewer side, we never got good prints from Austin.
Again, that was from the contractors.
Even
Yeah,
Or
through.
no, that was,
that
well,
was,
yes, county, but that's also our previous operator.
Mhm.
Should have been more on that too. That should.
add that to the list of things that could.
I did it.
Process improvement year over year.
So, and on your regular maintenance and stuff, you're talking about well cleanings and things that we need to do that are big things, and we don't know for sure how much this is gonna be, because as they get in there, they'll know
Yeah.
how much is needed. So as you can see, we were really just trying to get some good numbers on this stuff and get a handle on it. And yeah, up for discussion of what you want to discuss, what you want to change, but she's gotta have that in tomorrow morning. And then we would advertise in 2 weeks, and then we'd have a public hearing on it next month. So
Will that be in this meeting?
What?
it will be
Other-
prior to this meeting.
Yeah. prior to-
Yes, it'd be at 6 o'clock, and then we would open that, Ron will open that up, we'll have it if there's any comments,
Comment.
and then we'll close it out and then immediately open up. the monthly meeting. And it really did,
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends who shows up.
yeah, but I mean, normally, traditionally, it's not long.
We.
But yeah, okay, so we're gonna
Fire
change,
Department to use their facility.
You wanna do that one
Mhm.
there too?
really?
Just in case, that's where we usually do it, so.
Yeah, I thought we only did in January.
I thought we did them-
January.
Is it only January?
Only January.
Yeah.
Oh, we can, I can ask, I mean,
That's when we were putting up that first tower, that we moved it up there,
Yeah.
that G.
we had a lot
Department
of.
of Land.
Yeah,
That's
last
a
year,
lot
we-
of public meetings.
I know,
yeah, for last year, I don't think we.
no,
Just
we
have
just
it
had it
here.
here,
You
yeah.
just held it here, okay,
So you're gonna title that professional services, and we're gonna put
7.
7 in there and take 5 from,
Mhm.
okay. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
And Georgia, you're gonna follow up with the financial consultant and see?
Right, do you want to discuss revenue or no?
For the rate.
Yes, we do, on the property taxes, the levy. The 2 choices.
Oh. We're gonna keep it the same.
We're going, okay. 0.00115 is what per $1,000 is what we
11.5 cents for every $1,000.
So that's cents for every $1,000 of appraised value.
Is where we're at now.
Yes. But new conservancies coming in, they're making them be lower, down to 5 cents.
They're limited to 5 cents.
So,
So your choices are to keep the rate the same and let people's assessed value go up and collect the difference. Or keep your levy the same, keep your
dollar total,
dollars,
a certain dollar.
which for some people, if they're, that would mean almost everybody's percent on their bottom of the tax bill would go down a little bit, even if the dollars were the same, the percent difference would show up that time. What if you can afford that? Because if you keep the rate the same, 11.5 cents per thousand, you would probably gain about $10,000. On a conservative estimate, they haven't released the assessed values yet.
Yeah,
I'm just,
usually she has it by the 20th of
just
the month.
looking at
They haven't received it.
the maximum levy went up 4% for town, so if 4% increase in assessed value holds any value at all, that would mean a $10,000, almost 10,000
Is
increase.
that 4% of full rate total or after cap?
There's no NAV for conservancies. It's
Oh, no, right, okay. I say keep it the same and.
I kind of do too, because we could use that money towards putting pipe in the ground. But I think that's a board
Okay.
discussion and.
I think we keep it
voting.
as it is.
It pays the
That's our.
loans.
It's our loans.
The tower, right now on your levy, you've got tower 1, tower 2. And
That's 2 loans.
yes, and also, we take some of that money and spend it on the generators?
I think
The back.
That was included in the total.
Yeah.
I think we took it. in
Yeah,
total.
it's for major infrastructure things. So if we do, so like as our loan, pays off and if we have increase from the value, we would use it for something major,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
we have major things, I'm sure we can use it on. So,
It's major projects, that's one song.
Pipe. yes, pipe is not. And as Dan said too, on these things, everything he's getting is costing more. And I know that's the same old, but it truly is. The pipe is more, the hydrants are more. We'd like to put some hydrants in, we'd like to put some valves in. We could take, if we get an extra 10,000, we could use that on, hydrant or two. I mean, there are some major things that would be good and everything. He was talking about how much parts cost now, but versus he could have bought a whole hydrant for what the parts cost for this last one that had to be repaired. So, yeah. That's again what we were trying to look at, but I thought that was a board decision.
Back up on the shelf.
Yeah,
That's the same.
yeah, I'd say just keep the rates the same and just,
I mean,
If there is any more, use it for something big like a valve or.
should be.
well, like I say, it'll go for major projects.
It will.
which We'll get more over a year or or inflation will even, so.
No, we'll do it for projects. Cause there's some hydrants that he wants to replace.
Cool.
All right, so do we have a consensus on that? Leave it the same?
I believe the same.
Rick, Tim, what are you thinking?
Keep the rate the same. I make a motion to keep the levy rate the same.
I'll second.
I have a motion from Joe, second from Dave. All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed.
Thank you.
We got it on new business.
Budget looks good.
Nothing else.
Guest comment.
Have any?
So this is my first meeting here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, so. My
Can you introduce yourself, because we didn't see the list?
Yeah, my name is Austin France. I live over on Lookout Drive.
Okay.
Where at?
The first house on the right, whenever you turn down the road.
I'm on the back cul-de-sac.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, obviously I haven't been down visiting my neighborhood the back I should be.
Not
Yeah,
for
but
a
you
while.
travel too, don't you?
Yeah, I drive that semi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's
Now
why
I know
I
exactly
don't
where.
you sounded so familiar, but I know my husband stopped to say hi, but I haven't.
So my aunt is a biochemist, and whenever I first moved into the house, I actually sent her a sample of water, and she tests. Because we were getting a lot of sediment and things, and we are still getting a lot of sediment up on the hill.
Mhm.
And to the point that I've got 2 whole home water filters, a water softener, an additional water filter under my kitchen sink. And then an on my counter water softener as well, or a water filter. And that is how much it takes to filter out all the sediment that I'm getting through my line. And I'm not really understanding why there's so much sediment coming through.
Well, there shouldn't be. I don't have that in the.
No, we
but-
flushed it. Is the hardest one to flush. It's underneath the crawl space. Clear to the other, we say. Did that woman get changed under there?
No.
Let that dry.
No, it never got
Off,
changed.
look out,
No.
600.
Well,
It's
that first
it's
house.
the same copper pipes. from
Around
88.
600. Look at.
well, there's some other stuff in there, okay. We have to go in at one end of the house and go clear the other end with a hose. To get to it, so,
That's how mine used to be. Remember, they put mine in my crawl space until you put a.
yeah, it wasn't near as bad as his. His is clear the other.
Have you been out and flushed his, looked at his system yet?
We did.
At one point,
couple
you would
years
come
ago.
out, yeah, whenever we first bought the house, I thought there was a leak and there was actually a broken valve.
So, yeah, we'll have to do it again. But at the same time we did that, we also flushed the hydrant down there by your daughter's house. Because it wasn't clear enough for.
My daughter lives on the corner of the yellow house with fence on the other corner.
Oh, okay.
On, look, I call it
Cul-de-sac.
Yep.
Okay. So
The
we'll
one
have
that
to
just
flush
put up
it.
the new fence,
Yeah, yeah.
I talked to my neighbor. Not the neighbor directly
that's how
across the
we do
street,
it.
but trying to-
No, I just-
he was
Dave
trying
shaking
to-
his head about,
I-
yeah,
I-
new fence.
Which I didn't understand.
I'm just shaking my head because the fence was a major ordeal.
Yeah, well, that neighbor juxtaposed, he was complaining to me about the fence and I was like, You don't even live down there, why do you care?
It looks nice.
Okay.
If you experience anything like that, call in. People get out there and flush and you shouldn't have to have all those things. We have, at our house, we have one water filter, or just one whole house filter. And that we change every couple months, and we have one water softener.
Yeah, so I've got one that's a 50 micron, that's mostly just for sediment, and it actually has a flush valve, so you can flush it out, and I flush it out every other day.
You got anything smaller than that?
Yeah, I've got a 0.5 micron
Oh.
filter as well, which
Where
filters
at?
everything.
At the sink?
No, that's directly after the first one.
Oh,
And then it leads into the water softener. Water softener leads into the main system, which then goes to the rest of the house.
you got a 0.5
Yes,
and you got stuff coming through it,
yes,
you got problems.
yep.
I'm glad you came and.
No, I mean, you got problems with the 0.5s not working.
Cause that should catch.
You shouldn't
It
have
will
it.
catch everything, but things are still
How-
getting through it.
How
That's
much
the-
water flow do you get?
After everything, according to my, tankless water heater, it's about, 1.5, 1.7 gallons per second,
Coming out per minute,
or per minute, yeah.
coming out of your faucet, take
Yeah.
a shower and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
else?
we get decent water pressure, even with that.
That ain't, it's not a 1 point, it's not a 0.5. There ain't no way.
Would you have a lot better
They
pressure?
would choke it down and you'd have zero pressure, you'd have.
Huh,
Something's wrong with the 0.5. It's got a bypass problem or something in it. But we'll go over there and take a look.
I was gonna say, that's something that you and Kevin can go out and analyze and we're glad to do that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say tomorrow.
No, I'm not even gonna be.
And I'll say, I don't understand how the system, I mean, I understand how the system works, but I don't understand. I have never had a water filter in my house and I've never had a problem. I live the next dish over.
right.
Yeah,
Okay, my daughter has a softener, has never had any issue.
Y'all get the same water.
And we all get the same water for the same line.
Yeah,
So I don't know whether it's service line, you know, cause some of my neighbors will have huge iron problems. I don't.
Right, like I said, I used to live in the house over there, right, literally kitty corner over there, 27 Jewett. I had a whole house filter. And had lots of iron, but I think it's because of, from the meter to my house is probably old iron pipes.
service line.
But now I live across the railroad tracks over there, the purple house. I have no filters and my water is clear, so I think.
yeah, I've been to a couple of the houses here in the more historic area.
Yeah,
The water just runs clear, and the people were telling me, yeah, it's more up on the hill than.
Our water is farther up here, because out of well.
You're all getting the same water.
Yeah, which is why I didn't understand, why would there be more sediment on the hills?
Okay.
Yeah.
I blame it a little bit.
Okay, well,
You know, well, not me.
Yeah.
What you should.
give them a, definitely, call in every time.
Yeah.
Cause I don't
Oh,
spend much time on social media and people like
Oh, me.
talk about bad water all the time and almost.
But let's.
It does not show up in my reports that people are calling in bad water.
can't help if we don't.
I mean, if people don't actually
Do it in the morning.
call in,
if
we
it's
can't.
possible.
Yeah, so my wife drops our daughter off at the battleground school here
Oh,
around
she's
9,
at school.
and then she'll be right home for that, so. Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Okay, so anything else?
Oh, so.
How's your water, Ed?
Originally gonna put like.
Still good?
Good.
Like, nice for.
Any comment there?
Anything, but now she's just gonna put wildflowers out there.
You don't have
Put
lots?
Deer out there, and they were eating. Motion to
I make a motion to adjourn.
Can't second, I second.
Everybody's jumping on every.
We were killing it, and then just wait.
Yeah.
We're over dinner.
Okay, wait for the heat to go away, so we can get out there working on it.
Thanks, Carol,
I
everybody
like
for the
the
budget
work.
work.
Breaking up. all
Yeah, thanks,
the-
Carol. Go ahead.